Good afternoon. My name is Stephanie Curry, and I'm going to speak to you today on opioid dependency and treatment. And we're also going to discuss starting an employee assistance program. Opioid dependency. We are most definitely in an opioid epidemic. The number of people who have died from an opioid overdose is 10 times the number that was in 1999. Opioid dependency is addiction. It's a global problem affecting over 2.1 million people in the United States and 16 million worldwide. And it occurs in individuals from all educational and socioeconomic backgrounds. The dependency on opioids can be physical, psychological, or both, and it can lead to addiction. There are more than 120,000 deaths each year attributed to the use of opioids. Opioids include heroin, morphine, codeine, oxycodone, and fentanyl. Opioid use is the leading cause of overdose-related deaths, with more than half of the deaths due to unregulated fentanyl. Drug dealers mix fentanyl with other drugs to increase the drug effects, and most often this is unknown to the user of the drug. On the slide here, I have a 30 milligram dose of heroin compared to a 3 milligram dose of fentanyl. That small dose of fentanyl is enough to kill an adult-sized male. That is just how potent fentanyl is. Dependency. Although related, dependency and addiction have distinct conditions. Dependence is the body's adaptation to the use of opioids, where addiction is a chronic brain disease characterized by drug-seeking behavior. Simply stated, dependency occurs when the body relies on a drug and is what causes tolerance and withdrawal. And addiction involves changes in behavior. Dependence is physical and addiction is neurological. Treatment. Effective medical treatment for opioid addiction includes medication use in conjunction with counseling and behavior therapies. I've listed here 3 FDA-approved medications that can be used to help decrease overdoses. Psychosocial therapies with counseling can also be used in conjunction with the FDA-approved medications to help with treatment for opioid addiction. Barriers for treatment. There's a lack of access to practitioners, high co-payments, prior authorizations, denials, or other restrictions. Some of those restrictions would apply to states that require Medicaid prior authorizations. A lot of times the programs that Medicaid will pay for do not offer medication-assisted treatment, so the programs are limited. Federal, state, and local responses to the overdose crisis. There need to be policies that address how to decrease the number of overdoses and increase the availability of medications used to treat opioid dependency and the treatment programs without the red tape of insurance pre-approval. Employee assistance programs. Employee assistance programs, they provide an opportunity for evaluation and referral for appropriate treatment rather than termination of employee. The United States does not require companies to have a workplace employee assistance program, but many businesses do because of insurance and liability. The programs, they benefit companies because they deter adverse outcomes, they save money on health costs, they reduce the risk of workplace incidents. They are free, employer-sponsored voluntary programs. and they can be used to address and support personal, family, work-related problems, including substance abuse. The programs provide counseling and referrals to employees with personal or work-related issues while maintaining confidentiality. Most often, the programs are funded by employers, unions, or employee benefit organizations. Promoting the Employee Assistance Program. The company should create an appealing brand and develop a clear message highlighting the value of the message. Sometimes this is just like a slogan like, be well, wishing you well, something that will grab the employee's attention. Promote the program using email by sending regular updates. Sending out email blasts to your employees, every so often, encouraging them to remember that there is a program that's available. You could display flyers and posters throughout the business as reminders of the type of support offered for the program. The information can also be provided during the onboarding process for prospective employees as well as in employee orientation. There are 3 approaches for marketing for this program today that I will discuss. We're going to discuss the stimulus response approach, the selling formula, and the need satisfaction method. The stimulus response approach is based on Ivan Pavlov. He's a psychologist that had a principle of his research with the dog and the bell. So you would ring a bell, and the dog would associate the ringing of the bell with food. It would cause the dog to salivate. The bell became a substitute stimulus as the dogs would salivate when the bell was rung, regardless if the selling point. This approach assumes that the customer goes through a logical process of steps when making a decision to buy something. This approach requires a highly skilled salesperson. So using this approach with an employee assistance program involves demonstrating the value of the program, showcasing the benefits for the business as well as for the employee. For the employer, it's going to improve productivity, reduce absences, provide a healthier work environment. For the employees, it's confidential, and there's professional support. I would like to leave with understanding that a person's recovery is a journey, and it can include their mind, body, and spirit. Just because someone is suffering from drug dependency does not mean that their religion or faith is not important to their recovery. During trying times, rely on God for strength and guidance. Isaiah 41:10 states, "So do not fear, for I am with you. Do not be dismayed, for I am your God. I will strengthen you and help you. I will uphold you with my righteous right hand." Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for your time today.